and welcome back to Unscripted. It is that time of the week where I fill you in on the hottest happenings in Hollywood and around the celebrity globe. Now, this first story, seriously, you guys, seriously makes me want to weep just the happiest tears of joy and give this celebrity a big old hug, maybe even a little kiss, okay? I'm talking about Robert Irwin, the son. Look how handsome he is. My goodness, this is the son of the late great conservationist Steve Irwin. He was recently brought to tears by a wax figure of his father. So completely overcome with emotion when seeing his dad's wax statue for the first time at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in Sydney, Australia. Now, I want you all to take a look and listen very closely to his reaction. Here you go.
That is amazing. Well, it's the first time in a long time. He's not just a picture. Thanks, Robert.
Okay, so it is a little hard and the text was a little small. So if you weren't able to kind of make out what he was saying about the statue, he said, that is amazing. It's the first time in a long time that he's not just a picture. Like, come on, my guys. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so as you may know, Steve Irwin tragically died in 2006 after a very freak accident with a stingray, and Robert was only 2 years old at the time of his father's death. So Robert has continued to honor his father's legacy through conservationism and zookeeping at the Australia Zoo, along with his mom, Terry Irwin, sister Bindi, and his brother-in-law, Chandler Powell. They all work at the zoo as well. And during an appearance on Australia's Sunrise morning show, Robert went into more detail about what an honor it was to have his own wax figure alongside his father. Take a look.
It was very, very cool. It was the first time I'd ever gotten to see my dad's wax figure. I'd seen pictures of it, but I'd never seen it in real life. And I was actually, I was overcome with emotion, and I didn't think that was going to happen, but I was actually quite emotional seeing it. You know, Dad for the last 17 years of my life has been pictures and video, and to actually see him in kind of just standing there, it was a lot. It was actually a lot to take in, and it was a really beautiful thing. And I'm not going to go back into that. I was over there going, whew, it was very emotional.
You guys, I'm so in love with Robert Irwin. I never knew I could have such a girl crush on him, but just seriously the cutest, and him saying it's been 17 years where his dad has just been pictures and videos, that just hits me, and I want to give him a hug. And you know, I'm not afraid to admit it. Again, I have a crush on him. So let's move right along from that story. Okay, another man that I think many of us women have all had a crush on at some point or another is the Fonz himself. I'm talking about Henry Winkler. The actor recently appeared on his daughter Zoe Winkler's podcast, What in the Winkler? And it appears she had a bone to pick with her dad regarding something he forbid her from doing in the entertainment industry. So much like her father, Zoe wanted to be in the limelight and was almost cast on The Bachelorette as The Bachelorette. But that didn't quite happen. So take a look at their conversation.
Do you remember when I was in the running to be The Bachelorette?
Oh my goodness, and we put a stop to that.
You sure did. And then I was asked, which we didn't even
only
talk
for
about.
your protection.
We didn't even talk about.
No, not How about thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a dad comeback. No, not a How about a thank you? Okay, so the reality TV dream crushing didn't stop there. Funny enough, Zoe Winkler was also in the running to appear on a different reality TV show called Quarter Life Crisis alongside none other than Kim Kardashian. Had no idea they were friends. They still are really good friends. But here's the thing. Quarter Life Crisis, that show never came to fruition. But Zoe did say, quote, I'll never forget Matt Hanna, an executive producer, worked at VH1 at the time. He flew out to Los Angeles, did a sizzle reel of us. I was living at home at the time because I was just done with college. He came to the house and you met him outside. And then Henry responded by telling the producer that his daughter would not be doing his show. And his fatherly instinct told him it was just not the right thing for her to do with her life. So we all know how Kim Kardashian's reality TV career has worked out very well. Zoe, on the other hand, she went on to become a teacher, which she admitted was her true calling in life. So honestly, props to you, Henry Winkler, as a dad. Phenomenal job. I've also met him. One of the nicest people, one of the nicest celebrities I've ever encountered. Okay. I know this news is a bit old, but there is no way I could talk about Hollywood news and not mention the newly crowned winner of the 2024 National Dog Show. You know what I'm talking about, Vito the pug. A dog after my own heart and the hearts of many. I get another thing. I love him. Look at the smushed face. I mean, and the fluffy coat. I know, pugs have a lot of health problems, but I don't care. I just love this breed. And Vito took home Best in Show on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, during the 2024 National Dog Show. And what's more is he is the first pug in history to ever take home this illustrious title. He beat out more than 1,900 dogs consisting of 200 unique breeds. And what makes this story even better, you guys, his handler's name, the guy holding him, his name is Michael Scott. Like Steve Carell's character in The Office, Michael Scott. And I just find it so fitting that a smush-faced pug with a handler named Michael Scott took home the prize for Best in Show. I mean, how much better can this get? All right, so hot takes really quick that I'm going to dive into, but then get out real quick. Singer and musician Meghan Trainor has admitted she overdid it with the Botox. So much so that she can't even smile anymore. It physically hurts her face to smile. So word to the wise, be careful with the Botox, where you're getting it and how much you're getting. Okay, in other news, Elton John revealed he actually has lost his eyesight in one eye after a battle with a severe eye infection. It's been since this summer that it started, and now he's completely lost eyesight in one of his eyes. And finally, Hailee Steinfeld, she's an actress, a singer. She is engaged to Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. And now Taylor Swift fans, we know, the Swifties, they are putting the social media pressure on Travis Kelce to do the exact same thing. And you guys, I mean, is it time yet? I don't know. They've been dating for over a year. So this all started, the social media pleas to, hey, step up, propose to Taylor. It all started after Travis commented just a simple congratulations on the Buffalo Bills and Hailee Steinfeld's engagement announcement. Fans repeatedly commented things like, you next, your move. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We know that Taylor's family and the Kelce family all spent Thanksgiving together. It was a big thing. It was the first time they'd ever spent a holiday together. So if the engagement hasn't already happened, I'm going to assume maybe after they go to the big game. I can't say it, but the big game. We're not going to be superstitious here, but maybe it'll happen after the big game. I don't know, but I will keep you posted on all the hottest happenings in Hollywood.